Hi, my name's Alex and I've been formerly Jenny Leonard. I am in a belief that I have been sold to a trafficking ring. I got told years ago, and I am very naive about the power behind these things. I definitely thought I could handle this on my own. And I just thought that I was being laboured. I didn't think anybody was raping me or anything like that. And in this time, I've had home invasions. I've been filmed for years without my knowledge, and I'm persecuted without any cause. Because my rage that you're saying is rage that I've had in my own home through releasing the torment and unfair treatment. I just want to call a right for democracy. A democratic society is where everybody gets a say. My face has been put in a future with an ex-partner of the greatest union, and I just want to say, regardless of whether I am with this guy or not, which I'm not, and I wasn't even fighting, I feel very violated. Not only exploited, but it's kind of exploiting somebody. When I had a real need for protection from persecution, they started a massive campaign of who's the best girl quality for this guy. So it is a very unfair situation. It's just constant unfairness, and to also violate me with female genital mutilation and purity tests after somebody's done something to it. As you can see, this is a horrible thing to talk about if I'm in a country where they're all in the public calling me a fucking dog face. Democracy about happiness. Can I say they've stolen my data? My past history has always been living in a tiny home, and was to create tiny home for me to live on, to be mortgage free, and to get free of an independent. My plan was to move to Perth. Way back, my face was disfigured, to buy some land and put a tiny home on, because that's my lifestyle in New Zealand. And then all of my whole career has been stolen as well. It's the fact that my energy's been stolen and misused and sort of warped, and I've kind of been abused by, I think it's the police, that this tiny cat book stereotyping me and having me bullied for my looks, and it's a real harsh thing to deal with, and it's scary for a woman. Would it be scary for you? Imagine you're just a quiet studious, and you're pulled into this world of where behind your back they are creating this lie that you're full of ego, that you're just a real hater of these people. And I'm not. The unfairness is have any of these women lost their dignity? They have been allowed to enhance their private parts. They've been allowed to enhance their bodies, whereas I got mine ruined, and I'm being kind of destroyed in such horrific shame to never show my face again. And many nations, I think, do this, and there's honour killing. Japan is especially very big on complete humiliation, to the point where somebody has to hide in the forest for the rest of their life, and then their businesses are all closed down. I'm just saying, as another human, that if you've had grassroots businesses that you've had to work from the ground up through word of mouth, or your own personality from being good to people and creating deals and using your own time and energy to create a good relationship with people, this is what happened to me. And I've went through a hell of a lot of time in my life, so I found out that love is real thing that I am wanting to give out in my daily life with work. And I don't need I don't need like fame. I need other people to.
Yeah, I'm talking a bit slow because I got really bullied this morning, and it's given me a knock of confidence because I shouldn't have this kind of verbal assault. You know, I've been failed by the police, so now I've got this reputation of being bad to the police and that I'm a lowlife and that I'm a liar type thing, and I wasn't. And that's why there's been no democracy, because they're just telling people who I am. And in this phone, there's a lot of hacking that's bombing, a lot of fake news to government agencies. So this was a takeover and there was no democracy. I am very I have a need for privacy to heal after a loss of a lot of family members, and it's like while they killed me, they're building other people in areas that I value, like massive families, and then they're discriminating against me because of somebody I was in my past, and I looked perfect for what I was doing, but little by little I've been erased by really cunning ways of like torturing my appearance and destroying my appearance with chemicals and not giving me I'm not getting the rights to get my medical care when I've gone through violence. I mean, there's really... I needed asylum a long time ago and I wasn't protected, and now I'm under this police force of Russia and also this other competing field for everything in my life that I've worked for, and I don't know why there's only one of us that gets to be part of society. Like, I don't know what I've done to deserve this, but it's so if I go overseas now, because of all the blackmail of all these sex videos, I don't know what's going to happen. Am I going to get sexually assaulted, and are the guards going to send people in to sexually abuse me? Because I'm terrified about Sweden now, because I don't know what happened in my bedroom, because my face went black and blue. Like, was I being punched by the guards? Because I got punched by a woman recently and my face is shattered. I'm a very sensitive person that did so much healing work. If you look at all the intuitive healers at Pasha Center, they learn to be singing your own song with your heart, and they are discriminating me and creating all this hatred and disrespect. How can love grow? It's denying me the right to my own love language. And so in fact, I think this is what I have in common with the Māori, is our spiritual ties and the loss of this language. It's even worse for Aborigines. They're treated even worse. But for me, this is my heritage, because my family have always been into New Age spirituality and healing and healers, and it's my whole history of being a real friendly person and creating love. Like, at first, to take over my spiritual healing business, they made out that I was having a psychosis, and then second, they took over my my cooking and influence by making out I'm a dirty animal, and then they took over my childcare business by making out that I'm an abuser and a rapist and a pedophile. And I don't know, do you think that I'm the one hard done by? I do.
To see me and validate me as a person doing the right thing. I think positive reinforcement is really crucial to have an esteemed life. I have not had my esteem needs, and I have had a social worker 3 or 4 years ago saying she believes I'm under structural oppression, where my needs for esteem are going to be very hard to be met, like accommodation, housing, support systems. And this time, the women are creating happiness, but they're also stealing a lot of my data and the way that I was living in happiness, which is...
Plus, I have a right to safety. Am I going to, the whole rest of this life, for the next 20 years, they're putting me into retirement, and they denied my rights for years to just take everything away from me that I've ever worked for because of looks.
Having my own little tiny home space, creating art, having friendships and communities. There's different types of people that have been ruining my life, and because they've gotten all together in shares of this country. So I'm calling if there is democracy, because honestly, someone told me 2 years ago they started blackening my name all over Christchurch, and now legally they have made it apparently legal to create this inequality and racism. And when it comes to looks, I feel like this is total persecution. I cannot change what they did to my looks. But what I could ask for